Hello, my name is Neil. Welcome to Retro for You. Today we're going to be working on the Amiga 1200 again. We're going to be doing a couple of small mods to it today. So the one thing I'm going to be fitting is a membrane, and this is from Digital Retro Bay again. So check out the link below to his website. Be sure to give it a visit. They sell great stuff. I mean, it's one of my favourite Amiga suppliers at the moment. So thumbs up to you guys. Also, we're going to be fitting like a little expansion port outlet for the back, so I'm no longer pulling Amiga pieces every time I want to access the SD card, which is a complete pain in the backside, if I'm honest to say, because I always want to upgrade our software, etc., add some more software, and it's always a pain. So 3D printing is something that can fit in the back, and we'll be fitting that as well. So if you're into Amigas, there's some big news at the end of the show. For a big Amiga project that's coming up, so hang around for that. That'll be in the outro. So for now, let's crack on. Hello. So today we're going to be doing a bit of work on the Amiga 1200 again. So what we're going to be doing today is just doing a few jobs on it. It's only going to be a short video, I should think. But like I said before, this is my personal Amiga and I want to do the best I can with this one, basically. So this is what we're going to be fitting. Again, it's from Digital Retro Bay. And it's a replacement membrane. But unlike the other membranes, it's an actual hard membrane, which should last a lot longer. And obviously, it's got proper contacts. You can see the quality of this is really good. And there's the logo again, Digital Retro Bay. So this will be fitting inside this Amiga. But what makes these good as well is you have a ribbon here that attaches, and then a solid board here, which then plugs into your connectors. So no longer have you got those silly connectors that are breaking all the while. So this again should last for a long time. So unlike an old membrane, once the membrane cable snaps or something, you can't do anything with it. With this one, it's designed so you can replace the membrane. So if you look here, it just clips into place and clips into place there as well. So we can just unclip that cable, and then the connector just slides in. So easy peasy. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the Amiga to pieces and we're going to install this membrane. Easy as pie again. This just pulls straight off. Okay, so what we need to do is pull this connector up here, remove this keyboard, and we'll move this out the way. You can see the pie here. What else we're going to install today is I've actually had one of these 3D printed. So this will extend the HDMI, and then this will plug into the SD card. So I can get the SD card from the back. Saves me taking it apart all the while to move the SD when I want to do an upgrade. So if you're going to fit a pie, fit one of these. Now I did buy the STL. I'll put the link down below. It cost me about £2, and then I just printed it off. And it seems to work quite well. Still need to source a HDMI cable for here. Now they're all different depending on what pie you're going to fit. So I'm not quite sure what pie I'm going to do. I might actually try a 3B in here soon to try and get a bit more speed. So I'm not 100% sure which way I'm going. But what we need to do next is to strip the keyboard down. So bear with me while I move this out of the way a minute. So here's the keyboard. And what we got to do is remove all these tiny screws here. So listen to some music while we get that done. all these screws are removed, all we got to do is lift that up. It should. Just going to pull that through there. There's like a little hole there. You see that? That's where it slides through. And we can now pull off the membrane. Now you can see how this one is very flexible, and also it has carbon pads. So that is the things that go. Now I have been told it's wise to clean all these plungers while it's in pieces. So let's crack on with that. So we'll just move that out of the way. As with all electrical contacts, it's also good to give these a clean with IPA, because obviously you can get fingerprint marks on them, etc. So we'll just get some IPA and a cotton wool board and proceed to give these a clean off. So before we fit this membrane, what we're going to do is to fit the cable. Now the cable goes blue side up. It's a matter of just pulling that connector like so, and then slotting that into place just like so, and then just pull the connector down both sides, this side and this side, and it should clip in place. Make sure it's level like it is. You can give it a slight tug and it won't come out. Just like the other cables, it's so easy to fit these things there. So that's the cable now installed. And we will flick this over. Just like so, without touching, where we touch the edges. And there you have that. That is now in place. So all we need to do now is to get that metal piece that we had before, and we will slide this ribbon through this hole here. So if you can see that hole there, we're just going to slide that ribbon through the hole. Like so. Then we are going to slot this on top. Just like so. And now what we need to do is to put all those screws back in. So what we need to do now is to fit this keyboard connector. So it's a matter of pulling again on each side, like so, to pull each bits of plastic down. That can you see there? Very difficult to get on camera. Then you need to slide it in. Make sure it sits in snugly and fits in okay. If it doesn't fit in snugly, then what you need to do is to pull the plastic out again. Once it's in, you'll see that the cable looks level. And all you need to do is just push each side up like so until it locks into place. And when it's locked into place like that, you'll see you will not be able to pull that out. It's very tight fit, and that's ready now to be fitted into the Amiga. Looking good, eh? Okay, so now this membrane is fitted. All feels good, so job's a good one. So what else we're going to be fitting is this. Now this, I got off the internet. Well, I bought the STL off the internet and I got my friend to actually print it. And then this just clips in here, which is a micro SD extension. So I plug into the Pi inside the Amiga, and then it goes outside to the back of the Amiga. This sits where the trapdoor is at the back. So that allows you to access the SD card from the back, which is super, super useful as I'm always upgrading the firmware and playing around, installing new stuff, etc. So it saves me pulling the Amiga pieces all the while, doesn't it? And this is for the HDMI. Again, I'm still not sure which Pi I'm using, so I'm going to leave that blank for now and just leave it open, ready for installing HDMI eventually and using the RTG graphics, which is built into the Pi Stone, which is getting better each day apparently. So we're back on the Amiga, and what I said we're going to do is first we need to remove the SD card, which is here. Just like so. There you go. So there's my 128 gigabyte micro SD card. So next what we're going to do, if you can see here, this just sits in the way of this port, so we just need to take this one out. Easier said than done. Easy tweezers. So all you need to do is stick something in there and then pull that on out, just like so. Now this does have a little bolt in the bottom, and then a screw goes through. So what we need to do is we need to thread this cable underneath the floppy drive. You can see it going through down there, and then that will just slot into place like so. And then you need to put another screw in underneath, which I need to find one. Should be able to find one soon, I should think. This one here should do. And what we could do, we could just add a screw underneath, fasten that into place. That then fastens that nice and straight like that. So you can see there, it looks very good, that does actually. And now what I need to do is to get this cable. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it at angles so it will fit in nicely. And then this will just slide in. And then you see you got this end here. This will slide in where the SD card was, just like so. Make sure it's pushed all the way in like that, because otherwise you won't get it to read. And then we'll just fold that cable down flat. So you see there now, this cable just runs along here and then out through the back. Great, so that means now I can connect the SD card through the back. As I mentioned before, to fit this membrane, we need to remove this clip here, and all you need to do is to get your screwdriver in each side and pull it up like so, and repeat the same with this side. Use a little flat blade, and then you can pull that off without breaking it, and that can always be put aside for another day should you want it, because I know these things are always breaking on these Amigas. So off it goes. And then to fit the new one, it says this side towards the keyboard, so all you do is you push that in place. Get it into line like that. I'm trying to do it on camera. And just push it in place, and it sits nicely. And now you can always disconnect that and leave that in place. It's nice and easy, that will work now. So all we have to do now is to put the keyboard back into place. Now the ribbon will sit down like so. It just pushes down like so, and it sits ever so nice in there. That's nice and firm, fits lovely. You don't need to worry about anything breaking or coming apart. And like I said, you can replace this cable should it fail. I don't think it will fail. Say it's going to last a lot longer than the Amiga, I should think. Although there's probably somebody crazy enough in another 50 years going to rebuild this and get it going again. Let's hope so anyway. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get it all built back up together, and we'll see how we get on. So you can see there now, we're ready to be put back together. So there's the main ribbon. We're going to split this through the case and build it on back and give it a test. So that's the Amiga all built back up. All we need to do now, plug it up and give it a test. So let's see how we get on. Okay, so you see here now, the Amiga is set up. I've got the screen grab on there. I'm using the best quality one again. I booted up to 3.2. I'm going to switch on the Go drive because I have Amiga test kit in here, and Amiga test kit should load. There you go, nice and quick. So what we're going to test first, obviously, is the keyboard. I just wanted to test it on here. So you can see here, they will light up as I press the keys. So let's just press these keys and get it done. So as you can see, that's all working and all working great. So there's only one last thing to do, isn't there? And that is to install the SD card again. Now installing the SD card is as simple as pressing it in, or removing it, press it again, and out it comes. That's it, really easy. Let's just get that installed. So now all we're going to do is turn it on and just check it all boots. Hopefully it will. Got the mouse here. Oh, it's booting Amiga test kit. I need to turn the Go drive off. So all we need to do is just check it boots to the hard disk. There you go. Workbench is booted. It's all good. All looking good. And everything is running. So that's it for now. I shall see you soon for some Amiga news. So welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. It was fun anyway to do. It's good to fit good quality items of such high standard in the Amiga. So this Amiga now is my pride and joy. Now, like I said before, we got some Amiga news. Now it's thanks to PCBWay. I've actually got one of these here. So this is what we're going to be building. This is a Ramix 500 Plus board, which will be basically populated with all new components, obviously apart from the chipset, etc., which we'll be salvaging from the other Amiga 500 Plus that we built last time. But I thought it'd be nice to build one. Now this isn't going to be built all at once. I've now got all the capacitors ordered, all the filter caps for the back, etc. So due to the expense of this, I'm going to be doing one video on this a month. That's all I can do. I would love to order all the parts at once, but it's just not possible at this moment in time. So all the caps are here. I'm going to be starting that this week. So the video will be out the week after. And then the month after, etc., we'll do the resistors, then perhaps the sockets, and then we'll actually move the old chipset off the other one, and we'll start to populate it. It's going to be over a few months project, but it'd be good to watch. It should make an interesting series. So if you're new here, then please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And also comment down below, even if it's hello. If you've built one of these before, let me know in the comments below. I'm quite looking forward to it, even after the Spectrum build, but we will fix that one day. So rather than start the Amiga 1200, I've decided to carry on with this because I think this will be an easier build than the Amiga 1200, and it'll gradually step me up into doing it. So that's why I'm doing it. So I shall see you soon next time on Retro for You. See you soon, guys. Bye.